Hi everyone, welcome to stampinggala.com. Today's project is this really cute card I created using Stampin' Up's fabulous Flamingo stamp set. I originally created this last Thursday for my Facebook Live presentation that, by the way, you can catch on my Facebook page called Stampin' Gala Stampers Group. I created it along with these two other projects. This is a treat holder that holds a Little Debbie's treat snack cake. And then this is a beautiful little thank you note. I will have videos for these two as well on my YouTube channel. All my sizes can be downloaded on my stampinggala.com blog as well. Let me show you what I started with. I have a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock that is 5.5 by 7.25, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Whisper White that is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. A piece of DSP from our Tropical Escape DSP pack that is 5 1/8 by 2 5/8. And I also have a piece of Blushing Bride that is 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. Actually, you need two of these, one for the inside as well. And then two of these as well. And this is Whisper White 4 by 2 3/4. The sentiment is on a piece of Whisper White that's 3/4 of an inch in height and about 3 inches. Even though this is longer, it will be trimmed down. The inside has two pieces of Whisper White. One is 5 1/4 by 4. The other one is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. This one I embossed with the Subtles embossing folder. And again, which I mentioned earlier, you cut two of these, the Blushing Bride 4 1/8 by 2 7/8, and Whisper White 4 by 2 3/4. One set for the inside, one set for the outside. Okay, so to get started, let's go ahead and fold our cardstock on the score line. We're going to take these two pieces and adhere them together. This card pack, this DSP pack, has some beautiful prints in it, especially for summer. So if you don't have it, I recommend that you get this for summer. It will be gone after our annual catalog expires the end of May of 2019. I'm adhering these two together, and I'm going to place them on the front panel. Get it centered correctly. Okay, so I have that. Now we're going to do some stamping. Now I did number my stamp set so you can see exactly how it should be placed. Okay, so first of all, we have the these 4 stamps that we're going to use. And we're going to use this one also, but that's after the fact. So we're going to stamp this one first in Blushing Bride, that one second stamped off in Blushing Bride, this one third in Memento or Stays On, and the fourth one in Memento or Stays On as well. So let me grab my, since it is a photopolymer stamp set, we're going to use this, okay? And then we also need a piece of scratch paper because we're going to be stamping off, okay? So I'll just put this under here. Now we're going to ink up the first stamp really well. Now, if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you click like. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And make sure you hit the bell right next to it, because by clicking on that, you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Okay, so we're going to center this. And I have the legs going up, straight up and down. Okay, so we'll put this on first. By using this Stampin' Pierce mat, it gets better coverage. Okay, next we're going to take the other part of the flamingo, as far as the bird part goes, the body part. We're going to stamp off, and then we're going to place this carefully on top of the other one. Now, I may have to stand up to do this because I want to get it lined up correctly. And I think that's pretty good. Now by stamping off, it'll give you a lighter shade of pink, and that looks perfect. Let me close this up for now because I have a tendency of putting stuff in my ink that shouldn't be. Next, I'm going to take this stamp, and this is like the detail part. I'm going to turn it on its back so I can see what I'm doing here. Inking it up, making sure I get the whole bird inked up. Now this one is a little tricky because it's really hard to see now that I have all this ink on there. So you line it up as best as you can, and I'm going to stamp. The good thing, oh, that came out perfectly. The good thing is it kind of has the look of watercolor, so if it's not lined up perfectly, it still looks great. Now we're going to add the legs. Now, ladies, this has to be done in this order or it won't, it's hard to come together. Okay, so this one again, I'm going to stand up so I can see it a little bit better. Line it up and stamp. Okay, that one's a little bit off, but it still looks great. Okay, so let me cover this up. Now we're going to take the Granny Apple Green. And this time we're going to take the grass right here. We're going to ink this up. And this time we're just going to stamp here and stamp off. Again, stamp here and stamp off. I'm going to stamp off there and add a little bit more. Okay, so see how pretty that is? I think it looks great. All right, so now we're going to take this and get this out of the way for a second and snail the two of these together. Oops. Make sure this is on straight. All right, so we're going to bring the card in, and this time it's going to be connected right there. All right, so we're going to put dimensionals just on that one side. If you put them on the whole card, then it's going to stick your card shut. So let me make certain it's on the right side. So I'm going to just put them on like this. Okay, push them down, make sure they're on there pretty well, and take off the tops. I like our Stampin' Dimensionals because they're not as thick as most of them that you find in the stores. All right, so we're going to center this just about right there. Okay, now this piece is just a piece of scrap. 3/4 inch in height, and we're going to stamp the sentiment on here. Now this you can change to birthday, happy birthday, anything you like, but I have tickled pink for you. So this acts more of a, you know, congratulations card for a number of things. It would be perfect too for somebody who's expecting a baby, or somebody who's expecting their first grandchild is also nice. Okay, so this is going to be cut on an angle like that. And then I'm just going to cut it off a little bit about right there. Okay, and again, this goes up on dimensionals. Get this out of the way again. And it's just going to go here and here. Also, it could be for somebody who's getting married, somebody who got accepted into a certain college or university. So there's a number of things you can congratulate somebody on for this card. Also, I'm using the 3/8 inch powder pink shimmer ribbon. I'm going to tie a bow with it. So let me show you that again. I put it on my 2 fingers here and wrap it around the bottom. Okay, see how it comes below this one. I'm going to take the end, and keep in mind that I never move these 2 fingers. I'm going to take the end, put it through here, and bring it back in the front. So there and back in the front. Now this becomes a loop right here. I'm going to take this end, put it through that loop, and pull it out to the right. Still making sure I don't move the other 2 fingers. Okay, and pull it as tight as you can. Then take it off your fingers, and your bow is made. You can put it, your index finger and your thumb in it if you need to tighten it or resize it a little bit by pulling the 2 ends. Cut it on an angle. Always cut on an angle. It just makes the bow look prettier. And then this time we're going to use a glue dot and add this to the front of the card right here. It kind of hides that corner. All right, we're going to take some Wink Stella, add some shimmer, and you don't have to be real careful with this. And it just adds enough shimmer to make it look like it has glitter without the mess. Okay, so see the card so far? Now we're going to do the inside. On the inside, we're taking the 2 pieces of Whisper White, and now normally I would take the smaller one, which is this one, and put the snail on the back and then put it on. However, if you do that and you press too hard, when you turn this over, you'll see a line where you almost debossed what you already embossed. So this time I'm putting it on the larger piece, but making certain I don't go all the way to the edge. Then I can line this up. Now this has a very small clearance, so it's important that you get it lined up correctly. I just needed to move it down some. There. All right, perfect. So now when I put this on, I'm not going to press as hard because I still don't want to get it deboss the embossing. Okay, so we're going to add this layer on the inside of the card. Remember, you can purchase any of these products through my blog at stampinggala.com. We're going to add a little something on the inside. So we're going to stamp that flamingo again. So this time we're going to take the first one that we did in Blushing Bride. And let me show you. We're going to ink this up. Now we're not going to stamp the whole bird. It's going to be coming off the side. So it's going to go, try to get the legs on there. So it's going to go like that. Not all of them, but part of them, just like that. We'll take the other part of the bird that's in Blushing Bride. Remember to stamp off this time. If you don't stamp off, honestly, it doesn't look as pretty because it's all blended together then. I need to stand up so I can see. This part is pretty easy to line up because you can see right through it. Okay, now let me close this up so I don't mess that up. I'm going to take the black Memento, or you can use it stays on. Either one is fine. So again, we're going to stand up. What I'm doing is trying to line up the bottom here, and then the rest kind of falls into place if I'm lucky enough to get it lined up correctly. So that looks good. And then finally, we're going to take the legs. This will complete the bird. Now you could put a congratulations on the inside, but I wanted to leave room to write. Perfect. Okay, now we'll close this up, and then I'm going to add a little bit of Granny Apple Green just for interest on the inside. It's on the outside, so I want to make sure it kind of blends really well, but we don't need to do as much. Okay, I think that's good enough for the inside, so that way there's enough room to write. Okay, so take this and adhere it to the Blushing Bride piece. and we're gonna put this down on the inside. You have to be careful about the placement on this because you don't want it to show from the outside. For instance, you don't want to have it further out than that. Okay, so we're going to center this, and that should be good. Let me see. Yep. But I did notice that this is a little bit off center, so I'm just going to move it over some. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so here is your completed card. I hope you like this. Again, visit my blog at stampinggala.com to place your orders for Stampin' Up. And also I have all the dimensions that are listed on a project sheet. And don't forget to come back to my YouTube channel to check out the coordinating projects for this. So I want to thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.